Hi there guys, Sam Ponti, Managing Director of Logic Property Group. Hope you're well. Over the past 12 weeks, we ran a survey of 125 people. And what we were trying to what the objective was for the survey was to understand what some of the concerns are out there of people thinking about starting a investment property portfolio or taking the leap and buying their first property. So what we want to go through today is having a look at more of the average over the 125 people we surveyed to get an understanding of what the core concerns were. Number one, having consistent tenants. Look, it's really difficult to guarantee how long your tenants are going to be in your property for, because life changes all the time. Sometimes we have long-term tenants that can be in your property for 10 years. Sometimes, you'll get a 3-year period where you've got 3 tenants. At the end of every 12-month lease, you've got a brand new tenant. The idea behind that, the objective there, is to buy in the right place, buy in a high rental demand area, to ensure that even if you don't have that long-term tenant that we all wanted, that when that tenant leaves, it only takes a few weeks to release your property out. Not having enough of a deposit to make it positively geared. Because interest rates are so low and have been so low for quite some time, majority of properties that we recommend to clients are either neutrally or positively geared. When it comes to how much can you afford, how much will the bank lend you, how much money can you afford to contribute to this purchase, it really all depends on nutting down the fundamentals of a tailored financial plan. So difficult question to answer. However, know this, majority of clients purchasing at the moment are purchasing positively geared property. I'll probably struggle if I buy an investment property, and it's going to impact my life and my family's life. Look guys, you've probably heard me say this before, you shouldn't invest if you feel that it's going to affect your lifestyle. Okay, investing should be fun, investing should be rewarding, it shouldn't play a negative impact on your current lifestyle, nor should it negatively impact your family. It's meant to improve your lifestyle, it's meant to improve your quality of life. So look, my answer there would be get in touch with us, sit with one of our advisors, we can go through a financial health check and just see if investment property is right for you. Even if it's not right for you now, we'll probably be able to put you on a budget or a savings plan, so we can put a plan in place for say 5 years time when you're able to invest in property. I don't know where to buy. This is the $1 million question, guys. Where do you buy? What type of property do you buy? What are the inclusions? What do tenants look for? Who are we marketing to? So obviously we do a lot of study and research, which is why our properties work for our clients, why our properties have a very, very low vacancy rate, generally under 1.5%. and normally growth year on, year out. So it really is a specialised field. Not every property is investment grade, and that really depends on the type of property you're after, but more importantly, we need to sit down with you and understand your goals, because that determines where to buy and what type of property to buy. I don't know who can help me, and I've gone through this in a couple of videos back. A lot of people get advice from their uncles and aunts or friends with opinions and the good old barbecue talk, or from their accountant, financial planner, or their mortgage broker. You need to make sure that you do a lot of due diligence on who's helping you, make sure they're qualified, make sure they're experienced themselves, make sure that they've been investing for at least a decade themselves. And if you're comfortable with that team, more than likely they're the ones that you should choose to help you get onto your journey. I don't want to invest in property because I'm scared that the tenants are going to damage the house. Look guys, this is unfortunate. I'll touch wood. I've never had a tenant damage or rampage any of my properties. They've always only required a lick of paint at worst. That really determines the areas that you're going into. So we need to make sure that we're going into a growth area that has a strong infrastructure demand, strong demand for families that have schooling requirements and so forth. In saying that, there is an art to attracting the right tenant and a quality tenant, and that's a process that we put through when we're organising and planning out your program for you. Also on top of that, every single client that purchases a property through our business is required, and it's mandatory that they take out landlord's insurance, which normally costs, worth $250 a year. In the event that the unforeseen does take place and your property is damaged, there's insurance to cover that, and you're not going to have to wear the full cost. Another big one, will I get a loan? How do I get a loan? We've got aligned mortgage specialists that we can recommend to you, and they can run a pre-assessment for you before you actually come and talk to us about putting a property strategy in place, so that you know what you're in for, you know where you stand when it comes to lending. My uncle or my relative or a friend of a friend bought in Queensland or in Perth next to one of the well-known mines. It's gone belly up, he's lost a lot of money, can't find a tenant. The issue with that, guys, is when you're investing and you're relying on something like a mining town, it's not indefinite, it doesn't go forever. It's a temporary thing. So they may have bought that property dirt cheap. They'll probably receiving a massive passive income from all the mining workers in the town. As soon as they shut the mine down, the property's worth nowhere next to what you paid for it. Not only is that the bad thing, but there's no one really in the town that wants to rent your property. So that's an issue. So look, location, 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 but you do need specialist advice so that we can help you and save you and allow you not to make those mistakes. I don't know who can help me, but I've also heard that there's a lot of property consultants out there receiving really, really big commissions, and I don't want to be spooked and I don't want to be ripped off. Yeah, true, I 100% get that, and you need to make sure that you're with a qualified firm, an experienced firm, and a firm that charges a fee for service. We charge a fee for service to all of our clients. Our fee remains the same, doesn't matter what plan, what location, what block and what property you purchase. Our fee is exactly the same all the time. So we need to make sure that you're dealing with somebody that is completely independent. I don't want to take the risk. The problem with I don't want to take the risk is you're already taking the biggest risk possible by not doing anything. Property is a safe haven, especially here in Australia. We all love property. It is quite a safe investment or asset class. The best thing you can do for yourself is take the leap of faith. The first one's always the hardest. You'll get used to it. You'll start seeing the rewards and you'll want more. I hope that helps, guys. Look, call to action, please share this with friends, family, relatives, colleagues. If you want further information or there is a question, a burning question in your mind that I haven't addressed today, please send us a private message, give me a call, shoot us an email. We'd love to help you out. Enjoy the day, hope you got value from the video.